Let me start by admitting that our naming conventions for our sling line might be a bit confusing. A few years ago, we updated the entire line with a new slider called the MS1, and we added the new slider to the rest of the slings and called them the Gen 2 versions of their old selves. The new multi-mission sling system is also modular, and you can do some mixing and matching. So the best way to figure out what sling does what is to follow along with me now, or to go to the website where it's also laid out quite clearly. The basis of our sling system is the aforementioned MS1. So named because it's the one sling that becomes all of the others with the addition of adapters. The MS1 is a dedicated 2-point sling with our proprietary slider. The slider allows you to rapidly adjust the length of the sling but stays put once you've adjusted it, and it does that without loose ends or tails that can get in the way, yet it's really easy to grab and adjust even with gloves on. You can wear it loose to allow shoulder swaps and transitions, tighten it down to free up both hands, or use it for shooting support to build stable positions. The MS1 2-point sling is available with no attachment hardware, so you can choose your own, and recently we've also started offering it in a version that comes with our QDMs attached, so you've got a complete sling ready to use right out of the package. The MS1 also comes in a padded version for use with heavier firearms or when additional comfort is desired. Our padded sling is unique in that we use a single continuously woven piece of variable width tubular webbing with the padding slipped inside in the same way you get a ship into a bottle. This way there are no seams or rough edges to snag on the transition from the padded portion of the sling to the unpadded, and it's one less failure point. This webbing is only available from one single loom that is located in Europe, so the variable width tubular piece is the only component in the MS1 line that isn't made in the US. All of the other slings are based on starting with an MS1 and adding the adapters that allow the user to choose single point or 2-point functionality. The MS3 is an MS1 with a paraclip and an MS3 adapter added, and comes complete in the package ready to attach to the rifle and run. The paraclips can attach fore and aft to run as a 2-point, or they can attach at the front and at the rear of the receiver on an ASAP plate to be a 2-point that can quickly change to be single-point operation. When you want to run as a single point, you just move the front paraclip back to the MS3 adapter D-ring and adjust your length. The MS3 QD works the same way, but has a QD on the adapter for use in a QD socket on your stock or on the QD ASAP plate, and then the front paraclip comes back to the D-ring for single-point use, the same as the regular MS3. The MS4 has the same functionality but uses QDs in the front and rear and a metal D-ring with QD sockets built in for the switch to single-point use. The regular MS4 ships with conventional QDs. We are now also offering an upgraded version that comes with our QDMs installed. The modular part of the system is that we offer the sling adapter separately. So if you bought an MS1 and you decide you'd rather have an MS3, you can simply buy an MS3 adapter and an extra paraclip and you've got an MS3. It works the same way with all the other adapters to build an MS3 QD or an MS4. Likewise, if you have one of the convertible slings and you'd like to switch to one of the other versions, you can simply swap out adapters without buying an entirely new sling. If any of this seems confusing, we've got a useful chart on the sling category landing page at magpul.com that lays out your options and which sling has which attachments that should answer any questions that you may have. Now that we've covered slings, let's take a look at how we're going to connect it to our rifle.